Destiny, I can't imagine this could have gone any worse for you, could it?
There are ways it could have gone worse.
Popular vote as well as the Electoral College. Did you cry?
Oh, look, we have Destiny and Piers Morgan again as we witness Destiny slowly die inside on the Piers Morgan Show over election loss. Now, Piers is interviewing Destiny where he plays a clip of Destiny having a full meltdown about counting votes, and Destiny claims it was all over entertainment, and Piers Morgan asked Destiny, why do you think there was a crushing defeat, where Destiny says that, basically come up with the excuse of the economy. But Piers Morgan also gives Destiny a reminder of borders being open and a few other litany of issues. So we're going to watch here and witness Piers Morgan and Destiny discussing this. But before we begin, go ahead and smash the like button on this video and share this video far wide across social media. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. Now let's go ahead and get right into it.
And we feel it's important to check in on them just to check they're okay. Here's how my final guest today reacted in real time as the results came in.
They're still outstanding. Are they not counting them here? What's going on, Vadim? Why isn't Philadelphia counting votes? I want to know what is going on. What the hell is going on right now?
Well, by popular demand, Destiny rejoins me now. Destiny, I can't imagine this could have gone any worse for you, could it?
There are ways it could have gone worse. I think the writing was probably on the wall. Obviously, I have to do a stream for. Well, I could think of a number of ways it could have gone worse. We could have lost every single state. Could have been the Reagan landslide that everybody wanted it to be. But I think the writing was probably on the wall when the Florida vote started rolling in, and you saw that Miami had flipped red. But listen, we got to do a show, as well as I do. You got to keep it entertaining for 12 hours. So we were engaging in some high-level Bernie math into the deep hours of the night, trying to see if there was a way for Harris to win. And it was a fun time.
I mean, look, it's been an absolute debacle for the Democrats. Why do you think it's been such a crushing defeat?
Honestly, I think that I understand that we have to keep our jobs and we have to make sure that our jobs are important by telling people how important they are. But I think the real answer, because all the analysis was done earlier by all of these panelists, especially Roger Stone, who's an American trader, was absolutely ludicrous. I think the actual answer is Americans just kind of vote based on the economic vibes they feel. I think that when Biden won in 2020, it was because COVID. Everybody felt horrible. The economy was like everything was crazy. Not just the economy, everything was crazy. So people voted for Biden. I think that when Biden came in, I think we had a lot of inflation early on. People still feel the cumulative effects. So then they vote Trump. I think it's probably as simple as that. You can try to reach to all of these other things, but basically every other point brought up earlier was just factually completely and totally ridiculous and incorrect. The idea of weaponizing the DOJ and then bringing up New York State. The fact that Donald Trump has done every single thing that you guys earlier were accusing the Biden admin of doing, except 20 times worse. I don't think at the end of the day, Americans don't care about that. If you talk to an average person, they're not going to tell you about the Department of Justice is weaponizing, but they're just going to say man, shit's expensive right now. Fuck. And that's about it, I think.
Oh, Destiny, shut up! Shut up, Destiny! Don't even know what you're talking about. Talk about something that they don't even know what the average voter thinks and stuff. Shut up! Destiny must be the dumbest cuck in the world right now because of the fact that the people voted for Trump and stuff, not only because of the economy and everything, but it's also borders and a multitude of other issues, along with, illegal immigration, as well as the wars that's going on with Ukraine and Russia, as well as Israel and Hamas. Okay? That's one thing that's bringing them together. He's just upset because of the fact that Trump won both the popular vote and the electoral college. Okay? This dude, I don't even know why he would even be a good commentator or anything. Okay? And the fact of the matter is that Destiny is simply out of tune. And I really hope that Piers Morgan really go ahead and call him out on this and stuff and piss on him hard. But we know how Piers Morgan is. He's not going to hit on anyone hard because of the fact that Piers Morgan, he's after all these years, Piers Morgan is still scared to go ahead and challenge people all the time. He challenges them rarely and stuff, but he does challenge them all the time. Let's see what Piers Morgan had to say.
I mean, that is partly true, certainly on the economic part. I agree with you. And I think I would add immigration and the southern border crisis as being a major added component to that, because people resented the fact that not only could they not afford to feed their kids, but there were all these people coming in illegally on the border and putting extra pressure on public services and taking jobs and so on. I think you can't discount that.
That's not.
Well, you would discount it, but I wouldn't.
No, I would discount it because the Republicans discounted it. If the border was a huge issue, then the border bill wouldn't have been shut down. They would have negotiated harder on it, but they didn't. They shut it down because they knew it wasn't a real issue. People care about things like the border and immigration because Republicans told them to care about things like the border and immigration. The reality is unemployment is incredibly low. If you want a really big like top line takeaway from this whole thing that would be interesting that nobody will discuss because it's incredibly boring, perhaps the Federal Reserve targets politically should actually target things like inflation more than unemployment. Maybe on a political level, maybe it was worth it to suffer 8 or 9% unemployment rather than so aggressively trying to target an inflation figure and keeping unemployment low. Maybe, but that's a macro econ question.
Destiny first realized that all of this is happening under Biden. It was Biden that caused this inflation to get even worse. Trump had a bad economy only because of COVID and everything, but at least he admitted that. But the fact of the matter is the issues that we have with the economy that's gotten worse is under Biden. Okay, and talk about they can say that they inherited from Trump all they want to, but nothing's gotten better at all. And they can say that they can blame Trump for all the lower prices all they want to, but guess what? Trump's president now, and they have no excuse. The fact of the matter is, Destiny still doesn't even know what the heck he's talking about, even though he's confident and stuff. And it seems to me he's still going spewing a whole same internet points and all that from the liberal left and stuff. The same liberals who are also losing subscribers from their platforms, by the way. And Destiny needs to also understand that whenever there's like a smaller percentage, like 2 or 3% where they're saying it's a decrease and stuff in inflation, that just means inflation is simply growing slowly. All right, let's see what this cuck has to say even further.
When you get a result like this, Destiny, notwithstanding your chilling self-confidence, which I obviously admire as a trait, do you have a moment of self-awareness where you just go in the mirror, wow, I was so wrong?
Do you think that the Republicans had a moment of self-awareness in 2020?
Well, it wasn't the question. I just wonder whether you had a moment of self-awareness.
I look at the figures as they come in. I try to analyze what the public is. But this idea that like the Democratic Party needs to do some huge soul searching after the Republicans, tried to coup their way back into office when they lost the last election. Nah, I think that's ridiculous. I think the double standard is ridiculous. I think that the passes that you guys give Trump are absolutely insane. I think at the end of the day, it's just voting on your general economic trends. The only tragic thing.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop this cuck right here. See, Destiny is avoiding the question. Piers Morgan simply asked Destiny, what do you think about this? Like, do you think that, you should take accountability for all the stuff that you've been putting out here? Instead, as usual, Destiny went ahead and do the same usual left tactic and blaming other people. Starting with Republicans about what happened about 4 years ago, which was when Biden won the presidency and stuff. And then he refused to go ahead and actually say that, that he should basically take accountability of the wrongdoings that's been happening and stuff that also contributed to the Kamala election defeat, as well as the fact that he's basically scared to lick his own wounds and stuff and move on. Okay, constantly playing the victim, blaming Republicans and everything, as well as the voters and stuff, only because of the fact that he's upset that Donald Trump was better to convince the voters to vote for him and Kamala didn't. That's simply all it is, okay? We've been saying that from time to time, even all the way since 2016, okay? How about bringing that up then, since you want to bring up old stuff, Destiny?
Is that because the economy has been righted in such a positive way, and nobody knows it because nobody talks about it, but the United States is outperforming basically every other country in the world on metrics like inflation, on metrics like unemployment, on metrics like real wages. Now that the ship has been righted, we're in a situation again where thankfully a Republican can come in after a Democrat has, I complained about this before on your show, after a Democrat has righted the ship after an economic catastrophe. Trump did it after Obama, and now Trump is going to do it again after Biden, and now he can try to take credit for all the things that he wasn't able to do in his administration, right? He couldn't pass infrastructure. Biden did. Now when stuff is getting built, he's going to take credit for it. He couldn't bring manufacturing like chips back to the United States when he tried to tariff China. Biden did with the CHIPS Act. Now Trump could take credit for it as that stuff gets built. So, the cycle of politics continues.
When you realize that Trump...
Wait, since you want to go ahead and talk about how Trump's going to take credit for the things that Biden did, how about the fact that we go ahead and figure out why did Biden and Kamala decide to go ahead and bring back the tariffs and stuff they did away with that happened under Trump back in 2022? Of course, he's not going to answer for that. Because he knew, and just as they knew, that the tariffs work against these countries.
had won the White House, the Senate, probably the House. He's going to get another 2 on the Supreme Court, probably. In other words, a complete clean sweep. He won the popular vote as well as the Electoral College. Did you cry?
No, no, I'm not. But I'm not a crier. If I was more emotional, maybe I would have.
Not a tear? Nothing?
I mean, I was streaming all night. If there were any tears there, you would have seen them.
Destiny,
I will say though, I haven't seen any Democrats try to take over the Capitol building. We'll see on January 6th. You know, maybe I shouldn't hold my breath, but we'll see.
Well, actually, the odd thing actually has been the singular lack of protest. I mean, I felt this at Madison Square Garden when I went to that rally, and the Secret Service told me they were expecting thousands of protesters, and 150 people turned up. And I've been really struck being in New York. There'd been no protests whatsoever at this thumping Trump win. It's nothing like 2016, which makes me think the Democrats massively miscalculated in trying to continue to play the he's Hitler and blah, 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 because that's not what people are clearly feeling, or they really would be out in mass protests.
Sure, but I think Democrats are also able to lose elections. Conservatives can't, right? Because we're a little bit more grounded in reality. Like, the election outcome is either we win or we lose.
It's like this dude hasn't even been on TikTok lately, but I'm gonna let him finish what he has to say so that way I can share some examples.
Conservative side, the only outcomes are we win or it was rigged. You saw it, and no Republican that you ever bring on this show will ever admit it, but Donald Trump said that the election was rigged this year. This, like 2 days ago, he was literally saying, we pulled up the tweet as the Philadelphia votes were started to roll in. He was saying voter fraud in Philadelphia. I saw people tweeting out that in Detroit, they're bringing in the vote dumps or whatever. So they were calling it rigged before they had any evidence. Just like he called 2020 rigged with no evidence. They still believe it was rigged, just like he called 2016 rigged because he didn't win the popular vote. So, I mean, like, yeah, when the election can only be rigged, or when the election, you know, is going to be won, of course they're going to be more prone to throw a temper tantrum than the Democrats are.
Well, for the record, I did not think Trump had the last election stolen from him. I said it to his face, which enraged him, but he didn't. But this one, he's absolutely won fair and square, and it's good to see the Democrats accept that.
Okay. So Destiny says that the Republicans can't handle losing elections, so like Democrats can. It's like he hasn't watched MSNBC as well as CNN lately. It's like he also didn't go on TikTok to see what the liberals up there had to say about losing the election, especially women who decide to go ahead to shave their heads, as well as go ahead and just simply, you know, shave their heads, and then went on ahead and just, you know, stated that they're not going to go ahead and find another man, join the whole 4B movement and everything. Destiny doesn't even know what the heck he's talking about. And, you know, I don't even like talking about Destiny. I also don't like talking about Piers Morgan and stuff because of the fact that Piers Morgan didn't push back hard against Destiny's statement. But, hey, you know, what do you expect? Piers Morgan's on the left and stuff. I mean, I would say that, you know, Piers Morgan destroyed Destiny, but nah, he might have raised some good points against Destiny, but he didn't hit back further. And I thought Piers Morgan was better than that. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts when I have this particular topic. If you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button, and share this video far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, join all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Click the notifications so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Till then, peace.